Hmm. I was just seeing here if there's anyone else making mention uh, to the guy. Just showing Wowhead. To me, no, he was apparently always a human. I'm just gonna check the end of this Wiki page on the off chance there's text, a note that he was once an orc. Because I swore Orbaz was once an orc. I must be just misremembering. It's been ages. Um, quite bloody hell! It would have been 2 years, maybe more since I last did the Death Knight questline. It's easy enough to forget. Easy enough to forget. Apparently, you could actually find a random one. Orbaz used to share the same surname as one of the random Death Knight heroes from Warcraft 3, Baron Bloodbane, who you can actually find in Eastern Playgrounds. Basically, in Warcraft 3, you could get random. You could get heroes that would on the enemy side or in multiplayer from the tavern that like weren't troll and whatnot. They're just generic ones that have a randomized. They would have a random name from a particular pool, for their class and whatnot. And Orbaz here shares the same name as some. There's actually quite a few wards, quite a few characters like that within the game. Within Warcraft, they have names similar to ones from Warcraft 3, which is a nice nod. Looks like we'll let anyone into the Dark Order these days. When I was given the gift, things were much different. When things were different. Much different. Said his courier. And suddenly I feel a need to play Fallout New Vegas. Apparently, the Fallout New Vegas was going to have this huge, more expanded thing where you get to see the Caesar's land, the Legion, Caesar's Legion's lands. There's a faction called Caesar's Legion. It's kind of modeled after Julius Caesar and his, legion and all that. Or at least according to this one guy's vision of it. And I don't know how accurate it is. Yeah. But he, he's, very brutal and whatnot. But apparently his lands are actually quite nice. While women are treated very poorly, and men are probably treated poorly in their own way. Women are for breeding, men are for probably manual labor and dying in combat. Breed machines and cannon fodder. Neither are a pretty nice fate. Then again, I don't know the full lore of the thing. Maybe I'm exaggerating one way or the other. I'm just going from what I've heard and what I vaguely remember. People saying and whatnot. What I remember people saying and what I remember reading about and whatnot of the game, as I haven't got to play it yet. But yeah, apparently there's very little crime and whatnot within the Legion conquered territories, but across the river and whatnot. It's actually beyond the cruel hand of the Legion. It's actually not a bad place to live. Well, I would imagine the cruel hand of the Legion is one detriment to it. So, yeah. Apparently they didn't have enough time to fully flesh it out, so that's why the Legion is how it is in the game. New Vegas was hit by a lot of time constraints. Still, it's meant to be one of the best Fallouts. Of the modern Fallouts, it's the best one. I don't know how it measures up to the 1, 2, and Tactics. Don't know how it measures up to them, but of the modern ones, it's certainly meant to be the best. Probably why I remember seeing a line in Fallout 4, and it honestly unless the character was simply wrong, I swear it's meant to discount New Vegas as canon. Basically, one of the characters, Valentine, is meant to be chasing the mysterious stranger That's what he's called, mysterious stranger, around the place, noting sightings, but he doesn't mention any New Vegas sightings. He mentions them sightings in reference to Fallout 1 and 2 and 3 and even Fallout 4, but he doesn't mention any sightings in New Vegas. You know, at least that's how the phrasing implied to me. Maybe I'm misreading it, maybe I'm misremembering it, but yeah. Or maybe again, maybe he's just wrong. But yeah, kind of want to go play Fallout New Vegas now, but I'll be doing that at a later stage. I want to do Fallout 1, 2, Tactics, then Fallout 3, then 4. Sorry, not Fallout 3, then Vegas, then 4. As it is Courier. Also, sorry for that detour, I just wanted to say my bits and pieces. Again, what I was saying was just merely based on what I vaguely remember, not anything else. So, if I'm wrong, I apologize. Well, sorry. What I was saying is what I vaguely remember and what I've heard. If it's wrong, then I'm sorry for saying false information. I don't obviously intend to do so. It just kind of is all I can say on the matter. So I was just saying it and saying, you know, look into it yourself. Good. The path of the righteous crusader. We haven't got a damned clue about when or where this courier is supposed to show up. Neither of these humans had an answer either. Orbaz points to the scarred corpses strewn across the floor. Did manage to beat something useful out of the last one. Inside the scarred hold, keep a schedule of all the patrol routes. Wanted to break into the hold and steal the schedule. The hold is the largest building in New Avalon, northeast of here. Sorry, just making sure the mic is in the right position. I had to junk a ton of Demon Hunter footage because it wasn't, so 1 second. Alright. Yes. And you. This is why I've done this quest now. No, sorry. This is why I've started this character now. I was actually going to continue doing my rogue, but when I got to the Playgons and I ran immediately into Caesarion, I realized there's going to be some quests in there that will make more sense if you've seen this first. So, it providing someone's after following along with all these episodes, you know, they'll get to see this extra content. That will make things make a bit more sense. While I had already spoiled things on people, just going to show it to you anyway. Breaking through the Scarlet Lines was no easy task. We suffered many casualties during the assault, and lost one of our best Death Knights, Colterra Deathweaver. I don't know whether he's alive or whether he's dead or alive, but I'll be damned if we don't search for him. I saw him being bound in irons and dragged away to the Scarlet Hold, northeast sphere. Tear that to keep asunder, Death Knight. Found Colterra. Why do you care, Caesarion? His weakness led to his capture. Only the strong should survive, not to mention. What, Orbaz? That he's a blood elf? In life, we were hated enemies, this is true. But in death, we're the children of the damned, the orphan sons and daughters of the scourge. In death, we are brothers. To hell with you, Caesarion. Wait, do they even believe in a hell here? There was apparently a note on Wikipedia, Wiki, that the priest in Norchard Abbey used to reference God, but that's not really something they do anymore. The crusade will be victorious, he says as he dies. Oh, did I ever read that? Yeah, I did. They apparently stopped doing that. That's been changed. That was early game. I never actually saw it myself. I wonder about the hell thing. Like, is there a belief? Yeah, I'm guessing there must be some concept of hell if people are saying it, But I wonder if it's just a flub up on the writer's part. Because I've, looked at the Holy Light and, well, I've looked at a few entries on the light on wiki and whatnot, and in game I've never actually, I've only seen comments like using hell as an insult rather than any actual belief in it. So I'm just curious: is there actually any belief in it, or is it just that? Sorry. Basically, I'm just wondering, is like, if they don't have a, thing of hell, it just doesn't make sense for them to be telling people, go to hell. Hold on. I need to kill these off. They have turn undead, so it fucks with my ghoul. There we go. They were wearing me down. But, oh nice, that's my guy. For a moment I thought it was another enemy. But, let's rest here and heal for a moment. But, basically, yeah, it just seems weird that if they don't actually have a belief in how, or a house and a concept to them, that they're using that phrasing, It kind of ends up coming across as either the writer's just using a phrase, phrasing that people IRL use to get the point across, instead of coming up with their, a WoW version of it, or, flub up on their part, or something. Yeah, so basically I'm confused, because I've never seen anything like any lore book or any mention saying that there is a belief in a hell or such a negative afterlife, or any concept of it beyond the hell yeah. But that's much later content than this, like that's Legion territory, not Wrath of the Lich King time. So I'm just kind of confused, because I've never, basically, I'm just reiterating myself here. Basically, I've never seen any content where people, apparently, yeah, part of the belief in the light is, belief in hell or anything, There's no details like that. It's always the holy light envelops everyone, and it's an all-loving thing. Nothing beyond that to talk about hell I've seen. There's been talk of the twisting nether, and I won't say the void, but I might be just thinking of StarCraft. Never hell. So I'm just puzzled on that. Like, is it a flub up on the writer's part, or is it just, does hell not have such a significance to people here, and it's just a general insult? Because if it's just raw, feel offended, fair enough. I just kind of wanted an answer. Hopefully I'm actually being coherent. That's one of my many worries, that I'm actually not making a lick of sense. Down here is the other guy, and he has an annoying quest. Like, I don't mind it itself, but ooh, here's a new one. But it's also kind of annoying. Purify the body with labor, purify the soul with prayer, purify your enemies with fire. Pain is not an enemy, but an ally to be embraced, held close, and delivered to unbeliever and believer alike. Resistance to the ways of the light is a sign of impurity, and should be excised from the flesh of the community. Well, that sounds creepy. Also, the flesh of the community just makes me think of the Manny, from System Shock, which is a Let's Play you'll see at some stage. 2018, I believe. Or was it 2019? I'm not sure. You are foolish in coming after me. I failed. I should be left for dead. Now 2 of us might be killed. Gotera shakes his head. We are dead knights of the Scourge. This flies in the face of the Dark Brothers' covenants. Caesarian, you blasted fool. The alarms have been sounded. Ooh. One sec. Epidemic. That's nice. I'm going with this. And I've actually now my own my own anti-magic shell. I'm going to leave it over there. I probably won't be using it. The alarms have been sounded. The High Inquisitor and his acolytes will be here soon. I'm too badly injured to be of much use, but I'll do what little I can to help. Slay the High Inquisitor and his cronies. Tear off his head and return it to Tessarian. Vengeance will soothe his savage soul. One more thing, Ganith. If you do manage to survive and make it back to Ganith, tell him they're executing prisoners at the chapel. Perhaps he'll send you there to play the hero once more.
We do what the living cannot.
Damn the crusade. I think my ribs are broken. I might be bleeding internally. I need my room blade and armor. Just a little more time. It is kind of strange that he's using the line, I'm badly injured, but I'll do what I can to try and help. Try and stay inside the anti-magic barrier, or the acolyte's magic will tear you apart. Okay, yeah, you're meant to tab target. You can't lose. If you hover anywhere near this barrier, even out here, you'll click on him. So you have to tab target. It's normally I don't do that. So the sudden expectation of it is just really annoying. Also, I forgot I've Death's Grip. Scourge filth. By the light be cleansed. There are more coming. Defend yourself. Don't follow the anti-magic's field. They'll tear you apart without its protection.
It's too far away.
Boom. Oh, also, spread some plague. Nice. The crusade will purge your kind from this world. I think I started going into my southern voice there, or at least some bit of it. The High Inquisitor comes. Be ready, Dead Knight. Do not let him draw you out of the protective bounds of my anti-magic field. Kill him and take his head. 3. Spike it. Spike it. Hit it. Do it again. They caught him. He falls to the ground. It seems I'll need to deal with you myself. The High Inquisitor comes for you, Scourge. Coward. Your dark Scourge magic will protect you from the light. Death Grip. Use your powers, Dead Knight. Pull them in. The High Inquisitor's vault's remains fall to the ground. The death of the High Inquisitor of New Avalon will not go unnoticed. You need to get out of here at once. Go before more of them show up. I'll be fine my own. I'll draw their fire. You make your escape behind me. Your High Inquisitor is nothing more than a pile of meat crusaders. There are none beyond the grasp of the Scourge. High Volroth's head. So he went and I heard one guy shouting and engaging him. But we're not done in here. Maybe I should have been. Yeah, maybe I should have done the other one first. But, c'est la vie. Once you could get a Scarlet Crusade tabard, but I do believe that has been removed, annoyingly. But whatever. Here's the Scarlet Commander Roderick, who's currently wearing the Judgment armor. I don't know about the hammer, but yeah, that's the Judgment armor. And it's quite nice. It's an early Paladin set. Yeah, it's a classic here. You can get a purple version in Burning Crusade, though it's not a set in its own right. It's a ton of different items that look like a set, but are considered individuals bits of gear rather than providing any set bonus. Though I suppose there is an unofficial set bonus to them in how well they synergize together, aesthetically. But that's not really a set bonus, in the traditional sense. If you get me. Also, it is funny. I just find the other guy's thing, vengeance will soothe his savage soul. I know, it just sounds like a funny line. It is probably because it's parody on the musical soothe his savage soul thing. The musical soothe savage beast. Nice. But yeah, I like Epidemic. Still, that could be nice. That could be nice.